Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to another Remove Features video. This is where I go through features that were removed from Minecraft at some point during its long development history, and I've done a couple of these before, and a lot of you really liked it, but I went through features and kind of looked at them with rose-tinted glasses, mentioned how cool they could have been had they been improved and then put in the full game today, but today I think I'd do the opposite, and I'd mention some of the worst removed features that would have been terrible had they remained in the game today, because it's always fun to go through terrible things, right? At least in my opinion. So that's what we're doing today. Hopefully you do all enjoy the video. If you do, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel, and let's know you do like it. I want to see more removed feature videos or something like that. But yeah, let's get straight into the video with it, shall we? With the first of these, which is actually going to be one from all the way back in Classic. So this is 0.0.15a, and it was the spawn human. So that was when it was officially removed, because back before then, there used to be a key in the game that would just allow you to spawn in humans. So this was before zombies were in the game, and it didn't really make too much sense afterwards, because basically when you press the G key on your keyboard, it will just spawn in another Steve. So, you know, just a human to spawn in, and you might think, oh, that sounds kind of cool, right? Well, I mean, I guess it sounds kind of cool the first time, but being a, you know, core part of the game didn't really make sense when the game transitioned more and more into survival features, and I think the removal of it from the game makes sense. Because imagine playing Minecraft today, you just press a button, oh, you spawn in a Steve, and the Steve's kind of hostile to you. Like that just makes so little sense, and I don't think there's really too much logic they could have done with this. I think they could use the human AI, like itself, to do something cool, but this being able to spawn the human at any point in time just makes no sense at all, and yeah, that is the first terrible removed feature. I don't think anyone wants to spawn human, and at least I don't anyway, and yeah, that is why it's the first terrible removed feature. The second one is even kind of worse, especially for those who have ever had problems draining water out of somewhere, because it's to do with the way water used to work. So this was removed officially in dev 0.31, and let me show you some gameplay in the background from an old development version. So as you can see here, you know, not just breaking real stuff, and here's what happens. You just saw it there. The water just flows in, and every like few seconds, it just updates and instantly flows through instantly. So basically, water all used to be infinite. Like infinite water sources would spray and make into more and more infinite sources, and that was just how water worked. If you had one bit of water, it would cover every bit of the world that it could. And you know, on the one hand, that sounds cool because you can make an entire ocean just by placing one water bucket. On the other hand, it's terrible because if you ever want to get water out of something, you just couldn't. You know, here's some water flowing into a cave right here, and it just slowly comes and gets you and fills the entire thing. So yeah, I'm very, very glad that this was removed, because it's just a terrible feature. Like, you know, the way water works right now is kind of janky, but it's definitely better than the ways that water has worked in the past, because they did rework it quite a couple of times, and I think, yeah, as like I said, water's really tricky in Minecraft, but the infinite water version was just pretty terrible, unless you're making an ocean, and even then, you could probably do that with like MC Edit much better. So yeah, that's the second terrible removed feature. The third one here is actually a noise that was removed from the game that presumably was going to be used for when you surface above water, because it was introduced at roughly the same time as, you know, the air meter. Basically, you know, when there's just this sound in the game. Let me just play it, and it's called breath. So here it is. And yeah, I hear that, and I just think that does not sound like a breath too much at all. It sounds like, you know, you're breathing in from like, you know, a weird oxygen tank apparatus. And yeah, that was presumably going to be planned to be put on, like, when you surface from the water. And maybe it made more sense of the old sounds, because, you know, Steve used to have a much deeper voice and that sort of stuff. But still, to me, I don't think we need a you know, noise to indicate we've surfaced from the water. But, you know, that's just my personal opinion there. So yeah, the breath noise is one of those features that I just can't see making too much sense. But again, maybe that's just me. So the fourth one here is a really small one, but it's one that if you think about happening today would just be entirely annoying, because basically a lot of the old mobs used to trample crops just by walking over them, including the spiders. So if spiders just walked over your crops, because of the way they walk, it's kind of like bounce coming down, it would have trampled all of them in their 2x2 area. And as you can imagine, this just this is just super frustrating for a lot of people. So in 1.5 alpha, they actually did remove this, fortunately, and it's been gone since then, and I'm just very, very grateful for that, to say the very least. So the next up here, because you might be noticed, we've been going roughly in order of the releases. We've gone through in-dev, we've gone through alpha, and now we have one that was removed only in the beta. So you might recall in the adventure update they added new biomes, and to do that they had to remove a lot of the old biomes. And a lot of people hear about this and think, oh, there used to be a savanna biome, there used to be a rainforest biome, there used to be all these cool biomes. But truth be told, if you look at these biomes directly by themselves, they all actually look really terrible. Like, again, you hear rainforest and like, oh, that sounds awesome. Oh, it's just kind of a forest, and oh, that's boring. Oh, you hear savanna, you're like, oh, they used to have savannas, why'd they remove them? And then you look and it's like, oh, this is actually just like a desert, but with grass and stuff. And yeah, in general, these biomes all kind of sucked, you know, especially compared to the ones that came in at front of it. And yeah, these were the last removed biomes from the game. You might think, you know, with rose-tinted glasses, I think they're kind of cool, but no, they're terrible. And that is just one of these features. So yeah, they're removed in the 1.8 beta for PC, or the adventure update as it's more commonly known. And yeah, that was that. So next up, we have one that was removed in 1.8 for the PC, or TU31 for the console, very, very recently, and that was, you know, Bedrock Fog, or Void Fog, or whatever you want to call it, which was removed from Creative a while before that. And you might think, oh, why was this removed? It kind of had a function. I do think that it should remain the game in some form, but it is one of those features where no one had it turned on by default. Like, every now and then a map maker would, but Bedrock Fog was just so useless for the vast majority of players, because why would you want to make your, your down there look so much uglier? Because you gotta bear in mind, it makes you more, like, it makes you more prone to stuff, it makes it just look worse, and in general, no one would ever turn it on if they knew what the option was, and that's why they decided in the end to just remove it. So yeah, one of the 1.8 removed features was the Bedrock Fog, and I don't think very many people missed that. So finally, we have features that were removed in 1.9, so the update that came out just days ago, and that is still yet to come out for the console, and basically it was a bunch of the potions which they left in the game files from when they first added them in beta 1.9, so it's kind of, I think it's kind of beautiful they're added in beta 1.9 and removed in full version 1.9, because basically when they added potions for the first time, they added a bunch of unused potions that they presumably wanted to go back to, or that, they might do something with later, so they kept the values for, and that they just never did anything with them. So they removed them all in 1.9, and here's the big list in case you're curious. There's stuff like the uninteresting potion, the refined potion, the suave potion, the buttered potion, the acrid potion, the rank potion. You can look for this for yourself. It's just really, really bizarre that there were all these potions sitting in the game doing nothing but presumably planned for a future thing. But obviously now they've been removed. If you have your plans set up for the gross potion, unfortunately that's not something you can do. But yeah, there is actually 30 potions that were removed in 1.9 that a lot of people aren't familiar with because they were never truly used in the first place, and that honestly don't really, wouldn't really added to the game if they were fully added. So yeah, if you have your hopes set out for the the charming potion eventually coming out, that maybe I don't know, a lot of these you look at and you're like, how could that be used? Like, I guess the charming, the fancy, and the suave potion could make you trade villagers better because you talk to them, or maybe they make you more appealing. I can't think of any Minecrafty uses for all of these, but yeah, 30 potions were removed, and that is the final terrible removed feature from the game, because having that many more recipes would have made all the current ones terrible, and if all of them just do so little, like, a milky potion, what is a milky potion? But yeah, that's that. So I hope you did all enjoy today's video, going through 7 terrible removed features. Just remember, for every cool feature you hear about, like the pigman, or like, the old mobs and all the stuff, there is also a bunch of terrible features that are removed for very good reasons. So yeah, hopefully you did all enjoy today's video. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and kind of lets the video get out there, as well as lets me know you want to see another one of these removed feature videos. There is a bunch of features removed in every single update, and obviously we can go through them if you enjoy it quite a bit. So other than that, share the video if you really liked it, help it get out to more people, and besides that, subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos about Minecraft and cool Minecraft facts you might not have known every single day on my channel, and if subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.